Hey folks, today we're going to be talking about how to find the area and circumference of circles. Now, let's just get this out of the way here, okay? This word, circumference, just means perimeter, okay? But we're talking about a circle. That's all it means. I, for the life of me, do not understand why they decided, let's call it circumference. Like, look at this word. All it means is perimeter, okay? But of a circle. So it's the distance around a circle. So if you started here and you walked around, all the way around, back to where you started, that full distance is the perimeter, right, of this shape. Oh, no. We're talking about a circle. So you just walked the circumference of the circle. Okay, but that's all it means. And area would be how much space in a in 2 dimensions would this circle take up. Okay, that's all it is. I've given you a variety here. We've got radiuses, okay, or radii. I don't know what the word is, and 2 diameters here. So there's a couple formulas you need to know. Okay. If you want to find let's do circumference first. So if you want to find circumference, the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. And if you watch that video like you were supposed to, Sweaty Guy told us that this is the relationship that exists in all circles when you divide the circumference by the diameter. Every single circle, no matter how big or small it is, there's this constant number, okay? And it's a decimal number that goes on forever and ever and ever and never repeats. But for simplicity's sake and for most modern calculations, the number is just cut off at the hundredths place, giving us 3.14, okay? So from now on, in math, next year in grade 8, grade 9, we see it again, into high school and beyond. Anytime you see this little symbol, it's called pi, just Pi, it's a Greek letter, okay, from the Greek alphabet, and it is represented in math with this decimal number, 3.14, okay? So you're going to use this. Anytime you see a circle involved in any calculation, you're going to probably be using pi. So we just swap this out for 3.14, okay? So to find the circumference, which is just the perimeter, the distance around a circle, it's pi times the diameter, okay? Now, if we were going to look at these 4 examples, let's just do this first one here. So I've given you a circle and I told you that this distance from the center to the outside is 4 meters. Now, if we're trying to find the perimeter of this circle, we need the diameter. This is not the diameter. This is the radius, okay? The radius is always one half of the full distance across the circle, which is known as the diameter. So if I give you the radius, you should be able to figure out, I hope, that the diameter in this case would be 8 meters. Okay, if halfway is 4 meters, then the full way would be 8. So if we wanted to find the circumference of this circle, it's going to be pi, 3.14, times 8. Okay, and we got that 8 because we know that if the radius is 4, then twice that, or double that, is going to give us 8. So when I multiply 3.14 times 8, I get 25.12 meters. Okay? This is not area. This is just a straight distance if you were to run around it. So the units we just leave as is. Okay? So the distance around is 25.12 meters. Now, if we're going to find the area of this circle, there's a different formula. Okay? And that formula is pi again, see, we're seeing that number again. So the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared, okay? But I'm going to simplify it for you guys because it's easier to figure out what to do. It just means pi, 3.14, times the radius, and then times it by the radius again, okay? You don't double the radius, because if you doubled it, you'd get the diameter, and that wouldn't make any sense. Why would they have the same formula? So pi times the radius will give us the area of any circle, okay? So in this example, this first one here, the area is 3.14 pi times the radius, which is 4, times the radius again, and I gave you the radius for this question, and that will give us our answer. So 3.14 times 4 times 4 gives us 50.24 meters, and now because we're talking about area, squared, okay? You need to have this little 2 for area, okay? Not for circumference, but for area you do, okay? Pi times the radius gives us area, okay? Let's take a look at this one. So I gave you a circle and I told you the diameter is 10 centimeters, okay? So our formulas for circumference are pi times the diameter. So I'm going to go 3.14 times 10, because I gave you the diameter. So the distance around this circle is simply 31.4. Oops, oh boy, almost put it squared on it. It's 31.4 centimeters. The area of this circle is 3.14, 3.14 times the radius twice, okay? So if the full distance across is 10, then the radius is only halfway across, which would be 5 centimeters. So this is going to be times 5 times 5. So 3.14 times 5 times 5 is 78.5 centimeters, and we're talking about area, squared. Okay? So one more time. Pi times the diameter gives us the circumference. The diameter is 10. 3.14 times 10. Boom. The area is 3.14 times the rate over here. Up here, the formula is radius times radius. So the radius of this circle is 5. So I'm going to go 5 times 5. Okay? 3.14 times 5 times 5 is 78.5 centimeters squared. Okay? Down here, the radius is 12. So I'm just going to pause this here and throw those calculations and explain after. So I'll see you in a second. So the circumference is pi times the diameter. I gave you the radius, which is 12. The full way across would be twice that, so 24. 3.14 times 24 is 75.36 meters. The area of this circle would be pi times the radius, 3.14 times 12 gives us 452.16 meters squared. Okay. Now for this last one here, I gave you the diameter. So we know the radius is half of it, which would be 4. Okay. So we can calculate this, or do you see anything else on this page that looks like it might be some sort of coincidence of something? Let's take a look over here, oh, let's look at this. Look at this circle. The radius is 4. The diameter would be 8 all the way across. So if we look down here, I gave you a diameter of 8. So even though these questions, this one and this one, look different, okay, I have the radius of 4, okay, I have the diameter of 8. Even though I gave you 2, they look a little bit different. They are in fact identical, okay? Because we know the relationship between the radius and the diameter is one is twice that of the other, right? Or half of the other, depending on which way you're going. So the answer for this one, without even calculating it, I've already done it for you on the page in the top left corner. So the circumference, 25.12 meters, and its area would be 50.24 meters squared. Okay, so this is the same as this, and this is the same as this. Okay, so that is how we find the area and the circumference, the perimeter of a circle. All right, folks. Hope you're all doing well. Take care.